Hello and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about Space Chef, which is like a restaurant management life sim game with survival elements and space exploration. It's a game that definitely is right up my alley, and I was really excited to check this one out on Nintendo Switch. And a big thank you and shout out to Kwalee Games for sending over a key through keymailer so I could check out the game for myself on the Switch. I actually hadn't heard about Space Chef before I saw the listing on keymailer, but like I said, when I did, I was really interested in it. The art style was very classic and reminded me a lot of like classic PC games that I would have played, and so I was really excited to check it out, and that there seemed like an overarching story about maybe restaurants kind of getting attacked and what's going on with that. So I was really interested in exploring this mystery and this whole world. The first thing I noticed when I loaded the game up on the Nintendo Switch is that the resolution settings looked super off. Like, the game looked very crunchy. There's a comparison I'll put up of the gameplay that I captured with my game card. So basically in PC or TV mode with the Nintendo Switch. That's how you're going to see most of the clips, but I will show you what it looks like in handheld as well, because it is even worse in handheld. It's not only very crunchy, but in handheld, it's almost like you cannot see. Like, it is so crunched up. It's like the resolution is running way too low and needs to be turned up. But you can't do that on the Switch. There's no settings for that in its settings in the game. So the first thing I noticed is that it looked off, and you will see that it looks a bit off inside of even the gameplay capture from TV mode, which is much better. You can see much better, but it still just doesn't look as good as it did on Steam. And I know they're different. I know a Switch and like what you see on a PC is different, but this is a 2D drawn game. It should look pretty good on the Switch because it shouldn't be taking up, you know, too much resources or anything. In that sense. And I was playing on a Switch 2, which I know, you know, most people don't have dev kits for Switch 2 yet, so it's usually the Switch 1 version you're playing on Switch 2, but I feel like even so, it was just so crunched. Like, this was really difficult to see and was the first thing that I was really disappointed to see, because if this was someone's first experience seeing the game and Space Chef on Switch, they're just gonna think that's how the game is, and the art is so beautiful. Like, I feel like it's such a disservice for it to look that way. So that was the first thing that I noticed right off the bat. But then I started the game, did some character customization, and then got into this little tutorial, which wasn't too detailed. I feel like it definitely could have explained more about how to do, for example, upgrades to your ship, a little bit about gardening, and walked you through just a little more. It was very quick, just kind of showing you how to do cooking of this one recipe, and then that was kind of it. It didn't really walk you through anything, and it's not that I wanted the game to hold my hand, but it definitely made the rest of the game very frustrating and confusing for me as I was trying to achieve more things, which we'll get into. So I just spent a lot of time in the beginning wasting time doing the same thing over and over and not really getting anywhere. Like, for example, there was this wood type resource that you needed, and I had no idea I was supposed to plant this in my base, in my home, and let it grow and water it, which I didn't even know I had to water it, and then you could use it. I thought this was going to be on a planet, because you do go to planets to collect resources to cook and things like that. So I got my ship, flew out, found planets, flew around a bit, and was searching these planets and just couldn't find this resource, and I was getting so frustrated. So many days in the game were passing. I actually ended up looking up how to get this resource and found out that it was supposed to be something that's planted. So I planted it, ended up getting this resource, but I just felt so locked for a while, and this is a pattern that happens a lot in this game for me after this point. I thought, oh, okay, well, maybe it was just the beginning, maybe I missed them explaining it, like maybe I just didn't pay attention to the tutorial enough, but I just genuinely felt like I had no idea what I was supposed to do. And I think this is where I realized that there was going to be a lot of repetitiveness in this game, that there was going to be a lot of frustration and confusion for myself. I ended up, like I mentioned, looking up that video, and I even tried to look up more videos explaining what I was supposed to be doing or how I was supposed to be upgrading things. There is a skill bars that you have for certain things like exploration, cooking, mining, different things like that, and it just feels like they go up so slow. So I felt like I was doing something wrong, and ended up just serving the same basic dish, you know, cooking it, waking up, cooking it, delivering it, coming home, trying to look for different things on planets. Sometimes I'd get, you know, different resources that you could use in a recipe, but I wasn't unlocking new recipes, which was making me confused. Then I realized you have a reputation and you need to continue to deliver recipes and, you know, your food. So I did all my delivery orders and eventually did unlock things, but it just felt like it took a very long time. And I honestly started getting bored because of how long and how repetitive this cycle started to become. Though I thought it was just in the beginning of the game. I mean, I was so excited to try this game. I, again, loved the art style, even though it was difficult to see on the Switch. The music was really awesome. I enjoyed the galaxy. It's so beautiful in some places. I love to see other ships even driving around while you are, so it doesn't feel like this is an empty galaxy. It definitely feels like it's not devoid of other people around, and I thought that was really cool. Some of the locations and points of interest you find are so interesting. Like Zlurka's was so cool to me. It's like this little bar thing, and is the bartender an alien? I mean, I don't know. That guy didn't look human. And I told him, I said, you don't even look human, bro. And it was just so cool, and I was getting so invested and interested in this world building kind of that they had in these certain places. You can decorate, like you can find different decorations in any of these points of interest. You can walk up to them and select them and then kind of remember them so you can bring them into your own home or your own base, and you can expand your base. So many things that I just absolutely loved about this game. You know, the mystery of like what's going on with these restaurants. You kind of come across one and it's all messed up. It looks like it's just been messed up. So what's going on here? Just so interesting, and I really wanted to keep playing. All of that motivated me to keep trying to play the game, and that maybe I just wasn't getting the hang of it. But then I did realize this was just how the game worked, and that it ended up getting me a little bit frustrated with this repetitive nature. The ship was hard to move at times. Like when you're doing mining, you can eventually unlock a little like drill, and you can drill into asteroids and rocks and ice and stuff like that to get more resources, or like coal for an example, so you can keep cooking. But yeah, like you would do that, but it would be really difficult because your ship's a little bit too floaty to do those precision movements. So I had a little bit of a hard time with that sometimes, but I mean, compared to the other things that were frustrating me, that definitely frustrated me the least. But that was something I noticed that was a little bit difficult to kind of get that when you're trying to do a precision point with the front of the ship. It just kind of floats a little too much. The inventory was frustrating because you can make these little boxes, but they only have 6 spaces, so you're constantly trying to make those, and then, you know, try to store some of the food. The food can go bad and you only have a mini fridge. I have no idea how to get a better fridge. I probably eventually have to craft one, so my food kept going bad, and then I didn't know what to do with the bad food. Like I didn't know how to throw it out or recycle it. There's like a green area in one of the town points of interest that you can go to, but I couldn't recycle the food. I thought of anywhere that would be the place I could probably do that. Just guessing off the top of my head, because it didn't tell me what to do with the bad food. So I just had this bad food sitting in a lot of boxes. So there was just stuff like that where I just was a bit confused and unsure what I was supposed to do with some things. And that just led to some frustration, honestly. I actually got to the point in the game where I just had to stop playing because I was getting frustrated because I needed an upgrade for my ship. In the beginning of the game, your ship can only travel in the first ring of the map. So the map is kind of broken up into these 3 different rings: the inner ring, middle ring, and outer ring. I think that's what they're called. So you're in the inner ring for like this beginning part of the game. And I kind of explored that whole area because, you know, when I was trying to figure out how to find this wood resource, I went through the whole thing and my exploration level went up a lot. And I was just like looking around and finding these points of interest, which was pretty fun, but it definitely led to me thinking like, oh good, like is there a map I have? And I realized there was a map button. So when I opened the map, when I had first driven around, I was like, oh good, it's keeping my progress. The map looks like something that was just drawn by you in the world, and as you drive around in your ship, it kind of fills it out so it looks updated and it looks more realistic. And so I thought, okay good, like maybe it's supposed to be your computer in your ship is tracking where you go and it's going to keep it updated. But then I would go to sleep and go to travel the next day and the map would wipe itself. Like it just goes back to that drawing and everywhere you've been gets deleted. And that was so frustrating because I would start to forget, you know, as you're doing these deliveries, they all live in different places around this inner circle that you're kind of stuck in because your ship doesn't have the right system to go far away from the sun. So the sun is in the middle and you basically have solar panels that you're using to travel. So when you get farther away from the sun, your ship just stops working and you have to get closer to the sun for it to start working again. which is, I think, a clever way to keep you into the middle of the map and kind of keep you in that little area in the beginning of the game to learn how the game works. But like I mentioned, when it got to the point where you need to upgrade it, I have no idea how to do that. I have no idea which skill gives me the upgrade so I can fix that. There are little garages around that you can like repair your ship. I thought maybe I had to buy it from them, but you can't buy anything from their store. So that was confusing. And then with the map deleting itself and where I was going, I started doing circles just trying to remember, like, where did I see that gas station? Or maybe there's something I'm missing and there's another point of interest I need to go to. So it just felt like I was spending so much time searching for things and not progressing that it just started to not feel fun for me. And this progression issue that I personally kept running into and kept making me frustrated happened with NPC Quest as well. There were 2 NPCs that I met that had quests. One wanted this weapon that was like a blaster, and at that point I was only making like spatulas and spoons, so I was like, it's gonna be a minute before I can make that or even know what resources I need to make that. So I figured maybe that quest is just farther out. So I started to talk to more NPCs, see if I could get any quests from them, maybe to get better reputation. Because I figured, okay, if you're really nice and they like you, you know, they all know you're the space chef when you walk in. They're like, oh, you're this new space chef, and they'll talk to you. So I was like, okay, maybe I just need to pick up some more side quests. And as I was talking to them, most of them didn't have any. It was only the 2 out of all the NPCs I talked to that had it. The one was this blaster thing, so I was like, that'll be later. And I thought maybe the next person I talked to would have a quest you could do, and then maybe they have a couple quests, right, that you could complete while you're in this little area, and then as you're able to go farther in the map eventually, then you get to do the more complex quests. But the quest that the other person gave me was collecting a bunch of robot parts from these destroyed restaurants. I think it's tied into maybe what's happening with the restaurants. And there's one you can get to in the main area, but that's it. There's no other that at least I came across when I searched and searched this little galaxy area to see if I could find another one, and I couldn't. So I couldn't complete that quest either. So these 2 quests just kind of ended up sitting there. Like, I can't make progress on these. I'm doing the same thing every day and it's getting repetitive. And I just felt like I just didn't know what I was doing, and I was just getting overwhelmed and frustrated and just confused about what am I supposed to be doing. And so that was a big part of what happened with me in this game. And it's why I ended up just kind of stopping, because I got kind of locked. You were supposed to go see a character who is in that second layer of the galaxy on the map, and I can't get there because I have no idea which skill I need to upgrade to get, you know, a better part for my ship so I can fly farther away from the sun. I thought it was exploration, but I've kind of gone everywhere I can go, and it's stuck at level 3, and it's at this, just a little bit more XP is needed, and I don't know what to do to work on that. I tried doing mining because I thought maybe it's like an addition to the ship, and whenever I do mining, I was unlocking additions to my ship. So I started just doing some of these tasks for days and days and days to try and get it to upgrade, and it just took so long, and I ended up not being able to unlock whatever this next part is. I mean, I really thought I should have been able to just buy it from like the gas, or not the gas, but like the mechanic people. I thought that would have been how the world works, because there is a general store you can buy some stuff like seeds from. That's kind of where I'm at with this game, and it's so sad because I see so much potential. The concept is so good, and I really, really wanted to like this game, but just with these few things, like, it's definitely become very difficult for me to have fun, like I mentioned. So I think definitely if the visual issues on Switch were addressed, because I think they really, really need to be addressed as soon as possible, because that is just so unfortunate that it's so crunched up like that, and I don't know that it needs to be like that. I'm sure the Switch can run it fine, especially a Switch 2. So that I would really like to be addressed. If they could, you know, if there was some tweaking done with how fast you upgrade your skills, like if it was a little faster, and so it kind of takes away some of that repetition of just doing the same thing for days and days and days and days, I would like that a little better. I don't know if that's something they'll do in the future. I don't know, but for me, that would be something that would definitely help make it more fun and a little bit faster in the gameplay, so that you do feel like you're progressing, and that when you're doing something, it has meaning instead of just doing things over and over again. I think the tutorial showing you kind of how to do those basic upgrades, or show you that you do need to upgrade the skills, I think it could be refined a little bit to be a little more clear. I think that would be really helpful for new players. The ship, I hope the flowiness can be changed just a little bit of tweaking there. And then, yeah, I think it's something I would definitely return to if those things were adjusted a little bit and some quality of life updates were done. because I really did enjoy the parts I did, and I do want to see what's going on. Like, I want to uncover the story. I want to see what's going on in the story and in this world. They said that there's about like 25 hours of main story, and I'm like really excited to see it. And so I was just so I think that's also why I was frustrated, because I want to be enjoying it and seeing all the things they have in store, and all of the, you know, make progress on the restaurant and all that stuff, but it just felt like it was taking so long. But yeah, there's been no updates on the Switch as far as me recording it. There could be some after I record this video, but yeah, that was kind of my experience with it. A bit disappointing, and again, just it's a bit divided, because I do really want to like this game. There's part of me that's like, nah, keep giving it a shot, but it just, you know, led to so much frustration and me ending up putting it down every time I did try to play it. So I really hope that there are updates, and I'll keep checking it, because I want to love this game so much. So much work, you can tell, and love has been put into this game, and I don't want to be like, I'm not trying to be mean or anything about the game. It's just, these are the things that I struggled with a bit. And I want to be honest with you guys, always, even if I get keys, about my experiences with games. So yeah, that was my experience with Space Chef. Let me know what you think down below. As always, there will be more videos and streams coming in the future. And I appreciate the support from Kwalee Games and sending over a key. I wish nothing but the best for this game, and I think if there was a version to play, it's probably going to be the PC version at this time, because the Switch one is just a bit rough. But yeah, that is my thoughts. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to stay safe, hug your loved ones, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.